Namaste and greetings. I'm here answering a question from Chantel in Australia. How do you get rid of entities when you've absorbed them? My name is Carmen Santosha from Healing the Planet from Within, the website and Instagram page and the book. So people ask me this question because I'm an energy healer. And I've had a lot of people ask me this question, so I thought I would do a video on it. So because the answer is quite complex. How do you remove an entity? So why is the Western world asking this question? Now this I find fascinating, okay? So what happened is Dr. Bradley Nelson, he made emotion code. Emotion code is an energy healing practice where you're removing stuck emotions from the physical body so that the physical body can heal. Now the advanced practice is body code, and in body code they're also removing things like curses and entities. Fascinating, right? So the Western world is starting to wake up that these things exist. Wow. Okay, so this is kind of fun. So how do you remove an entity? How do you remove a dark energy from you? Now, I've worked in this industry for a while, right? I'm a Reiki master for 20 years. I've gone through a lot of different cultures and different beliefs and, you know, experiences. Okay, so first, before I give you the answer to this, there are two very important things I must say. Number one, the mindset you must have when you're working with negative energy or any energy is that God is the only one who can remove negative entities. I'm going to say that again. God is the only one who can remove negative entities. Now, because God makes everything, right? God makes the chair that you're sitting on. He made the food you're eating, and that's why we give thanks to God. And he also makes the negative energies. He made your physical body. He made the negative energies. He's the only one who can remove it. So, and I'm not religious. I'm not religious based, but as an energy healer, I know this to be true. You need to have a really good relationship with God. However you name God, that's up to you. Okay, so the next thing I want to mention is that I am not an expert at removing negative entities. There are people way more advanced than me. In fact, I am only working with Westerners, and I must say that very strongly because this is my niche, is to help them understand what this is about and how to protect themselves. This is important at this time of our evolution, is that some people are waking up to the fact that they exist, and so of course they need help to remove them. So this is my area of expertise. I am not an expert, like I am not advanced in this type of practice. This is not me. Okay, so let's get into the practice, shall we? There's two steps to the practice, two steps. Okay, first of all, you know, if you go to learn any type of self-defense, Taekwondo, any type of martial arts, the first thing your self-defense instructor is going to teach you is avoidance, right? Avoidance. So you don't walk down a dark alley by yourself as a woman in a bad suburb, right? You don't do that. You avoid getting hurt. Same thing with negative entities. Same thing. You have a daily practice that raises your energy vibration to keep you safe. Right? Now, here are some practices that I do because I've got them scrolling throughout my day all the time. And I learned some in India. I've learned some from people here in Australia, from different cultures. And it's really super important. Okay, the one thing I really loved as a Reiki master for over 20 years, and I teach Reiki. If you want to learn directly from me, we can do this, right? We start at the first level of Reiki and of course. And okay, so in Reiki Level 2, we have 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀. Now these are spirit sounds of the symbols. If you haven't learned them and you've already done Reiki 2, you're missing out because they're very, very important. Let me give you an example. If I walk in a room and I feel some negative energy there, well, if I feel negative energy that's projecting, let's say that, I will chant the 𝙃𝙗𝙩𝙗𝙗𝙗. And I can feel that changing the energy vibration of the room straight away. Okay, so these are the tools you need to have in place. It's like collecting a toolbox of spiritual practices. A lot of cultures already have these embedded in their culture, which is something we don't have in our Western world. So this is important to collect a few different things. You can research chanting. When I was in India doing my yoga teacher training, I learned 3 very, very powerful chants and a few others. And I know them off by heart now. And even when I was walking in Varanasi in India, that is, if you know Varanasi, that is one crazy city. It is so busy and chaos, and the energies are everywhere, and it's so heavy, dense lights. It is deeply spiritual, this city. And people are saying it's very spiritual, so you should go there, but it's a bit bombardment. I was like, whoa, okay. And when I got there, I felt the need to chant Pranabadam. And so I was chanting that everywhere I went, and that created this energy vibration around me, a psychic shield, if you like. So when my journey was smooth and flowing and easy. So this is super important, these practices, super important. Okay, and we're also going to look at things like the 10 Commandments. You don't steal, you don't do wrong by your neighbor, you treat people with kindness and respect. This is so important because it keeps you in a higher energy vibration, right? It's so, so important. And I know a lot of people every day, sometimes they forget this, and that's why it's important to have a daily practice, okay? So even in the morning, you might state something like, today, I'm not going to get angry. Today, I'm not going to get worried. Today, I'm going to be grateful, you know, and you can make this the statement in the mornings, and it really helps. Because if you do feel anger, even in your mind, your thoughts are angry, and you think, oh, that person should not be doing this. And your mind sends out this thought of bad karma is coming to them. Now, in our Western world, we have this saying, don't worry about what they did to you. Bad karma is coming to them. Well, you just sent that thought out that they're going to get bad karma. Okay, straight away, your energy's in that. The bad energies, the negative entities, the negative energies are going to say, whoa, she's in our realm. Let's go and spend some time with her or him. And because the negative entities, they're there to feed, right? They have a job to do. They feel like they have a job to do. And they feed. They need to feed off the negative energies. It's quite natural for them to be there with you. Especially like about 1,000 years ago. This is my belief and my belief only. That 1,000 years ago, we were coming into a world of darkness. Our world, us conscious, higher beings were saying, we want to experience the limitation. We want to experience a limited reality. And so the dark energies started to come into the world so that we would experience the lower energy vibrations. The lower energy vibrations are the lower emotions. We're talking about depression, anxiety, anger, fear, paranoia, resentment, guilt, shame. You know, these lower energy vibrations came in with the negative energy. And it would keep hovering around us so that we would be stuck in that because we've chosen to come into the darker energy for this experience only, right? Now the world is flicking into a higher vibration. It's time. So all of us are going like, wow, waking up, and a lot of us are thinking like, oh, wow, okay, people are starting to panic. I've got a negative energy. I've got a negative entity. Ugh. Well, of course you do, because it's been there the whole time. You're just waking up to the fact that they're here. So what do? You have to raise your energy vibration so you're no longer in the lower energies. You're no longer in that negativity anymore. You have to be higher vibration. And the 10 commandments, or I mean, this is in one of the Christian religion, 10 commandments, but there are rules in every religion that will teach you how to raise your energy vibration. It's super important. And this is what they're there for. They're there. They all have the same type of thing. It's just amazing. It's just there. Okay. So another thing, do right by others, no anger, keep your energy vibration high, chanting, and then psychic shielding. Now, I just published this book, How to Talk to Your Spirit Guides and Not Ghosts, because a lot of the energy healers, as I'm a certified emotion code practitioner and an advanced energy healer as well. And a lot of people are coming to me, it's like, okay, how do I talk to my spirit guides? I want to do energy healing, but be able to talk to my client spirit guides, because this advances your healing practice. And they're asking me, how do we do this? I was like, okay, well, I'm going to write you a book, because I do not want you listening to the whispers. I do not want people listening to the whispers. When you're turning on your psychic powers, there are negative energies that are going to whisper into your thoughts. They're going to feed your ego. This is not the practice you want to be in, because this will cause chaos in your life, right? It's super important. So I wrote this book as a way of protecting you from this, so you know how to talk to your spirit guides properly. And in chapter 7, I talk about psychic shielding and purification processes. So you can learn everything in this book. Go buy it. It's available on Amazon. Get it delivered to your house, or buy the Kindle version. And read it and practice it. This is super important. These are all the practices that you need to remove a negative energy as well. This is it. This is right here. This book's got everything for you. Okay, so another book I wrote that's important, you can go and get this one as well. It's called Bring in the Light, How to Raise Your Energy Vibration. And this is just a simple book that teaches you how to raise your energy vibration. And you're doing these practices in this. The practices are really about self-awareness, as well as a really in-depth meditation that includes bringing in the light. So, and this is something that is like, wow, it's changes your life. It just changes your abilities and everything. Okay, so psychic shielding, chanting, Reiki 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, spirit sounds, no anger, no worry, no shame, no guilt, no blame. Remove all that from your reality. Now, that's your avoidance. That's your level of protection, so that they're not going to come to you, okay? So start every day, do something new in your life, and start this new, we call spiritual practice, so that you're in a higher energy vibration. Okay. So, but once, let's say you do have a negative energy, or you become aware of that it's there, what can you do to remove it? Now, first, there's a few things. You need to do a bit of an exploration process. The process is questioning. You must explore. You must ask questions. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? Why is it there? What's its intention for being there? Like, why is it there? When did it arrive? Like, when did you first pick it up? When it arrived is usually a key indication of why it's there. Let's say you walked in a graveyard and you picked up something. Okay, well, now I know it came from the graveyard. It might be coming from someone who was passed away, and then you can kind of indication. It's exploration, right? You've got to figure it out and identify it. The more you identify it, the more you can be aware of it. So if you're used to meditation, and I highly recommend getting into a meditation practice, you can easily shift into that trance state, a theta state of being, where you can talk to the negative energy. I made a video on YouTube earlier that a few months ago that was talking about how do you talk to money. And you imagine money sitting in a chair, you're sitting in the other chair, you say, you ask money a question, you switch chairs, and then you imagine money answering you back. And this is a really great personal development tool that will reveal a lot of the patterns you have with money, which will increase your abundance and your relationship with money. And it's just so much fun. I gained so much insight in that activity, and I actually did it a few times as well. I was talking with a client about it yesterday, and was thinking, oh, I could be doing that again. It was really good, valuable. So it's kind of like that. You're talking to the negative entity, you identify where it's located in your body, in your life, where did it come in from, where is it from, which country is it from this world, why is it there, why was it sent, what's the intention. You're asking all these questions. And then after that, you can start talking about, start talking to it. Okay, it's time for you to leave. Now, most importantly is that you have to have a higher vibration when you do this. If you do this with your mundane mind, your everyday mind, it'll have no effect. In fact, you're going to get laughed at. You can just imagine it's just laughing at you going, yeah, what's he talking about? But if you're calling the God source and the archangels, and you're saying, okay, look, in the name of God, I'm commanding you to leave, and I'm asking you to leave. You must leave. And then, you know, most times it'll give you a response. Well, like, I don't want to leave. You know, it's like, oh, well, okay, but you have to leave because I'm asking you to leave. I don't want you there. You're detrimental to my health, my well-being. It doesn't feel right anymore, this kind of thing. And you start having that conversation. Okay, so if you've done a regular meditation and spiritual practice every day, once you get to this stage, after you've asked all the questions, right? The next stage will naturally come to you. You're going to be guided by God. And this is super important to be aware of because there's no one answer. There's not. Every single time I work with negative energies, there's always a different solution to the problem. So you need to work directly with God in order to remove a negative entity. This is the only way to do it. It's like, and it will come to you when you're in that trance state, as long as your energy vibration is a higher vibration. So I hope this video gave you some really good ideas. This is the safest way to remove an energy, an entity. I know there are some energy healing methods out there right now who are saying that you can swipe your head and remove an entity. And then people come to me because they've had entities that haven't been removed and they can't figure out why. They've just paid for a lot of sessions and nothing's shifted. And in fact, I had a client come to me and sign up with me. She had a session with me, and the first session, she says, I can't believe how deep you went. I've had decades of back pain and tons of sessions with a lot of other practitioners, and no one got rid of my back pain except for that one session with you, because I did a deep dive into the origins of what her problem was, where I found something quite negative and ancient, if you like. So there's a lot of other protocols in place there, but as you work with the energy, slowly working directly with the God source, you're going to get information downloaded to you. It's quite complex. If you want to learn how to do this and work with me, I teach the Mysteries of a Modern Mystic program online, where you do have one-on-one sessions with me, and we take you deeper into the practices. You're also receiving the energy healing directly. But if you just want one healing session with me, that's absolutely fine too. Go onto my website and book a session with me, and let me know a little bit what you're struggling with when you book your session, so that I can say, okay, I can see you're struggling and I know exactly what I'm tuning into when we start a session. I do all sessions on Zoom with people from around the world. It's so much fun. Right now I'm working with Canada, America, Florida, Tennessee, the UK, Italy, and Dubai. Those are the ones that are currently, you know, on my books, if you like. But I've worked with a lot more over the last year, and it's just so much fun. So, okay, well, I'm really looking forward to connecting with you. So I'd love for you to please hit subscribe and make a comment and get interactive. Ask me some questions. Feel free to ask me questions, and let's get this ball rolling. So how do you remove negative entities? You've got a lot of different ideas now. And to sum it all up, God is the only one who can remove the negative entity. You're working directly with God by raising your level of vibration with your spiritual practices every day, and you're tuning into the higher energy vibrations. So And there's a lot of other protocols that you will come across through your practices, because I can tell you right now, Spirit needs to train you directly with this. And that's something I've learned over the years as well. No one can actually train you. You have to learn from the source. So, which is really important. Okay, well, it was super great connecting with you today. I'm hoping you've enjoyed this video. Yeah, great. Okay. See you. Bye. Hey. Thanks for watching. If you could just push down there's that subscribe button, that'd be super awesome. And then go over here and push that like button. That's great. Thanks, guys. Thank you.